Hi everyone, Nightmare Kelptree back, and I know it's been a little bit of a break since my last video recently. I've been getting back into a new job locally where I live at, so I'm kind of just been busy getting acquainted with my new job and finding space when I am and I'm ready to record for the channel. But I appreciate getting subscribers still on the hiatus between videos when I have my week, 2 week, 3 week breaks. I'm up to 90 subscribers now, so thank you so much. I really appreciate everyone on the channel that's invested in music like I am, or just following my thoughts on music that's coming out recently. The next recommended project that I'm covering down every fan-related project or recommended project up to this point on the channel is the new Lil Nas X era of Dreamboy by Lil Nas X. This was recommended by my wife, Jennifer Edmondson, so thank you so much. She's been listening to it with me and knows how much I've been really loving this album. Album EP, it's 8 songs. It's roughly 25 minutes. So it's like a short album, but basically. I've talked with her a few times about what separates the EP and album line between some albums, like how long it has to be, or you would want it to be. I roughly land around 30 minutes, being like a full complete project to me most of the time, but something around that's very well textured and built can be only I think of Pink Panther's debut album, where if it's it can be up to 19-20 minutes but still be a complete album depending on how it sounds, how it's produced, how it's made. And this kind of gave me that same feeling where I know, and I bring this up later in one of my notes, but I know that this is probably leaning towards basically an ad for the next album, because it's called Days Before Dreamboy, and it's reminiscent of Days Before Rodeo, leading up to Rodeo by Travis Scott. So I'm thinking, because they're both rappers that grew up in the South and with kind of similar type of trappy rap vibes to them, that Lil Nas X is giving homage to this type of style, dropping the album where he drops Days Before Dreamboy, and then Dreamboy is going to come out either this year or next year. That's my theory, at least. But we'll get into the singles themselves. Hotbox being one of the best ones, and starting the little album here is a great decision. This Daft Punk beat that was made for Nas is incredible. He's on his shit with this one. It's one of the best rap pop songs he's written yet to me. It's so full of details in the beat when I re-listen to it. I've listened to it about 3 or 4 times now, and I really love this song as one of his newer tracks to kind of come into his new style off of, people know him for Old Town Road, and people know him for You Say What I Want. He's always been really in that kind of pop field, but this is very much just going full in the pop rap direction with this type of project. Light Again was one of the earliest singles that came out in 2024. And it's been on my personal rotation for a while now. The singles are incredible, dance heavy, really fun beat to me. I love the lines in the song where he's like, "Heard a voicemail, I left myself last night saying you deserve this." Very empowering, self-love type of song, and I love that heavy energy from artists in general, because it helps, art reflects how you feel about yourself if you drift to it more often, and having really positive art feels nice. It can empower yourself by reminding yourself you do deserve the things that come your way. It's a great way to end the verses. Very positive and very lovely message. I enjoy the life, and it's a very enjoy life, party, have fun, do what you can while you can type of song. I love the refrain of bah, 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 in the last 30 seconds. It was super fun. It was really funny. I love letting the beat ride out. I love the refrain that comes in at the end that kind of rides it out as the beat goes out with "We ain't getting no younger." That one really got stuck in my head for a while. And then we get into the title track of the project, Dreamboy. I love the piano backing kind of build in. It's definitely the slowest build and probably one of the slower songs in the album. But the bit of snare and very bare bones intro, I love it. I love how unabashedly gay he is in all his verses and throughout that project, and throughout his singles in the past, honestly, a year or two so far. It very much puts hope into me that I can be as out and as extra as however I want myself, and when I see other creators or YouTubers or musicians do that, and not feel ashamed even the backlash they get, because they deserve to do that. They deserve to be how they want to be, regardless of whatever shit we have come our way. The flow is crazy in this for the title track. A line "I'm shitting on him like scat porn" is a very gross line for an otherwise kind of really beautiful, lush sounding song. This is the title track for Days Before Dreamboy, possibly upcoming to a Travis Scott's Days Like Rodeo of the same name, just Dreamboy, the album, is my theory at least, and this song is definitely going to be on it. Bass coming in at least at minute 15, minute 20 is a great breakdown too, just slow build and then dropping it in really hefty. For the title track, it's really brought the emphasis with the cheerleader spelling at the end of the song. "Can I get a D?" That whole section. very empowering song about making a lane for himself and telling others people to dream too, regardless of the circumstances. And I love that. I love the overall message of this song, even with the weird, funny lines like the scamp horn line. Very giving, very Ice Spice there. Um, no, track number 4 is Big Dummy. More of that bass, heavy West Coast type of beat, and then he rides it just like a rapper who's been at this for years, like a veteran, which is pretty crazy to me that he's only been around like from like early to right before the 2020s. The chorus is infectious to me. It is so good. I do think lines like "shooting at a spot like cum loads" is hilarious for a song that's just poppy. Like, it just snuck up in there. It's the only line in this track and the last track that are like that level of like kind of intense, vivid descriptions. And then we have track number 5, Swish. It's a 17-second live chant that kind of pumps up the song. Another kind of builder in the beat here at like a minute 10, a minute 20. Again, it kind of it's quite a build when it does build in, but it's chunky on its drop on the bass when it does drop in, so it really works to me. I find myself singing this one particularly to myself, like more than others, when I'm like out for a walk or like at work. The beat, I think it's because the beat is very hypnotic and has a little synth lead in at the beginning, and the electronic vocals are just very unique and very particular. Actually, very Daft Punkian when I think about it, and that kind of calls back to like the first song being produced by Daft Punk. Even though it's produced by Take a Day Trip, who is a regular collaborator on other songs, including Light Again on this album. So it's definitely made by a different producer, but like I love the stylings of how he does vocals to that very electronic kind of melding into the beat type of vocal. That was really cool. Track number 6 is going to be Right There. Next to, I'm pretty sure Light Again, this is the second earliest single that was released. Great flip of the sample here. It's great party pop beat at its core, but it's such a good one. It's probably definitely the most party hyped amp song next to Light Again on the album, especially in a good stereo or headphone setup. I feel like this can really get you in the mood. Number 7, Need That Boy. Definitely the most low mood type of song, a slowdown on the album, but even this one I really like. Has a good another bass chunky drop at like 40-second mark or so. Really brings the beat all together as a tone setter, along with these electronic noises that kind of come in and out when the first chorus finishes. And it's a very breakbeat type of song, which like I don't know if other people on the channel kind of know what breakbeat means. It'd kind of be like a drum type of breakdown, whether electronic or physical or digital, however, where it's very much like a very fast, like the very heavy snares and very fast-paced, quick tempo. A lot of hyperpop songs will use samples of breakbeat to like pitch up and kind of like make that type of very speedy drum noise. And then track number 8, last song on the album, Lean on My Body. Support for his nephew at the beginning, where he's like, he kind of starts the first verse talking about, he's like, I don't condone saying you should punch your uncle, nephew, but if he's being homophobic to you, then I condone it. Which I'm like, oh, I love that. It's very real, because there are a lot of situations for queer people where family members will like get physical or get angry with them just for being who they are. So this is very much like I appreciate him standing up for him, even though it's maybe a controversial thing to say. Another infectious chorus here to me. Just think about it. Like every time I listen to it, at least one, like I just re-listened to it for the review here, and it's still stuck in my head. Lean on my body, Lord. And the verses are very good punch right at the end of each one. Very Brockhampton in the melodies and type of like styling here. And in general, I would say this is a good 10 out of 10. This does good as like a singles release and also a good lead into like the next project where he does. Or if we don't get done for the rest of this year, I'm still really happy with this for 8 really solid tracks. Like this could have had 10 to 14 songs, and I don't like most of it, but he really trimmed the fat and just gave like really good bangers. So I really like every one of them here, regardless of some funnier lines. I think Nas is a very funny, silly type of artist, so having more silly lines in his music fits. And you know, as a pop gay guy and like pop rap, I feel like bringing some of that humor to it matches well to kind of disarm people who can like look at him a certain way. I'm like, I think he's just having fun and being himself. So any shit I see with him getting online or other online very openly queer artists like Haley Kiyoko and things like that, I'm like, look, needs to lay off. But like I haven't seen that in a while, which is nice. Like, every once in a while he'll do like a type of publicity stunt about like the Satan sneakers. I don't know if anybody's heard about that. That was pretty crazy, but I think that was just to clown people, just play around. And this project was incredible. I'm looking forward to going back to it multiple times throughout this year, next year, having a good road trip playlist or like a party playlist, like going skating, stuff like that. I'm sorry my voice has been a little down recently. I had some busy shifts recently, and I just felt kind of down, like sick in the past few days. So I'm hoping to get some more tea in my house and some cough drops and stuff like that. And then I'll be back with my voice kind of up better. But I really hope you enjoyed this video. I suffered through the heat out here in the Midwest for it. It was currently close to 100 outside in the past few days, if not week. So I cut the air conditioner for the audio quality to be better for this video. So I really hope it came out better. I'm kind of testing out having some background music playing here, so let me know if it was too low, like I didn't hear it at all this video. If it was overpowering, I'd be surprised if it was, but I'd just like to hear the comments. And then let me know what you're listening to and what you want me to cover on the channel next, because I'm still taking viewer requests for things to eventually cover. As we're finishing up this video here, I'm actually just finally deleting like the script for this one, because I have been scripting these to, I want to give these videos more effort. And I can really tell I'm getting more subscribers even throughout my hiatuses, and people will leave comments like, I'm really glad with this video, like, you're really sweet. So I really appreciate y'all for being so honest with how you feel about the videos, and everybody's been really sweet recently, so I really appreciate it. And if you like this video, that's the one thing to say before I end it here, give it a like, subscribe. I don't upload super frequently, so I'm not going to flood your timeline, like at least once a month is what I'm aiming for recently. And yeah, just comment what you're listening to, what you want me to cover. I usually cover the newer things first, so 2024, 2025. But anything you recommend, I'll get to eventually. Just know that like newer material is probably gonna have priority, because I follow a lot of tours as well. I don't know if I mentioned this on the channel yet, but if I would get really into an artist, I like being able to catch a tour with them. And usually, if they're kind of like a more indie type band, like not as big or something like that, the tickets would be super cheap. So that's kind of why I end up doing my hunts for new music, like I did when I first got into music recently. Not even so recently, when I got into music as a kid. That's why I followed, when I could, newer artists, trying to research them, because it's a very unique experience seeing an artist live, especially one that isn't that big, or seeing one live right before they blow up is a really fascinating experience. I feel like I kind of had that experience with Sabrina Carpenter. I saw her like right before she really did her big blow up, and that felt really wild to kind of experience, like right on the threshold of that. But anyways, at this point I'm kind of rambling. I love you, Kelpies, and I'll see y'all soon. Bye-bye.